I once lost $2,000 in a cruise ship casino, not because I'm bad at gambling, but because I made a mistake I had no business making after many years of cruising. And that wasn't even the worst one. Hi everybody, my name's Dave. I'm from True North Cruiser, and today I'm going to be sharing 5 mistakes I've actually made personally firsthand so you don't have to. I'm going to start with one that could have genuinely ruined an entire vacation. Mistake number 1, flying in the day of your cruise. Now, I thought I was being smart. I figured, why pay for a hotel room the night before when I can just catch an early morning flight and be at the port by noon? Plenty of time, right? I got to tell you, that was a gamble I should not have taken. On one sailing out of Miami, my flight was delayed. Not by hours, just 90 minutes, but those 90 minutes turned into me sprinting through the terminal, sweating through my shirt, and literally being the last person to board before they pulled the gangway. I made it, barely, but I started my vacation stressed and honestly a little shaken. And here's the thing, if I had missed that ship, that's on me. The cruise line doesn't wait. Your travel insurance might not cover it if you booked your own flight. You're now paying for a last-minute flight to the first port of call, if there even is one, and hoping you can catch up and hoping that the cruise line agrees with you. So now I fly in at least the day before every single time, no exceptions. I book a cheap hotel near the port. I get a good night's sleep, and I wake up relaxed and refreshed and ready to enjoy embarkation day, instead of treating it like an episode of The Amazing Race. Rule of thumb that I always use when traveling, especially solo, is use more caution than I would use at home. Not less. Coming in at number 2, not packing a change of clothes and your medications in your carry-on bag. Now, when you board a cruise ship, you hand over your big suitcase at the terminal, and it gets delivered to your cabin later in the day, sometimes much later. On one cruise, and I won't say which line, I'll protect the guilty here, but my luggage didn't show up until the next morning at 10 a.m. I'd been down to guest relations multiple times. I had boarded at noon. That's almost 24 hours in the clothes that I wore to the airport. And by that time, they were not exactly fresh. But the clothes weren't the real problem. The real problem was that I had packed my medications in my checked luggage. Nothing life-threatening, thankfully, but medication I was supposed to take in the afternoon. And it was somewhere in the belly of the ship, buried under 3,000 other suitcases. I would highly recommend you keep, at a minimum, 1 change of clothes and any medications you need, and honestly, your swimsuit, in your carry-on. If your luggage is delayed, you can still change. You can still take your meds, and you can still hit the pool while everyone else is standing around in their travel clothes waiting for their bags. I learned this the hard way, don't be me. Mistake number 3, not checking your dining room assignment immediately. Now, when you book a cruise, you can pick usually one of 3 options. Usually it's early seating, late seating, or anytime dining. And if you're traveling as a couple, you probably have requested a table for 2. Here's what happened to me. I booked a table for 2. I showed up to the main dining room on night 1, feeling good, ready for a nice quiet dinner. And the host leads me to a table for 10. 10 people, 10 strangers, and unfortunately, none of them spoke English. Now, I love meeting new people. Some of my best cruise memories are from dinner conversations with folks I'd never met before. But on this particular sailing, I felt isolated as I did not know the people at the table, and they all did. The thing is, if I'd gone to the dining room the moment I had boarded, I could have fixed it in 5 minutes. The maitre d' is set up on embarkation day specifically to handle changes, and it's usually around 1 p.m. But by dinner time on night 1, they're swamped. The best tables are taken, and you're stuck. So now, the first thing I do after I drop my carry-on in the cabin, I go straight to the dining room and confirm my assignment when it opens up. It takes 5 minutes and it saves you a week of awkward dinners. I would highly recommend you do the same. Coming in at number 4, packing way too much. Now, I got to tell you, I'm guilty of this many more times than I'd like to admit. And I think most cruisers are. On my first few cruises, I packed like I was moving onto the ship permanently. Multiple formal outfits, shoes for every scenario, that extra jacket just in case it gets chilly. You know the one, the jacket you actually never wear. Here's the reality. Cruise ship cabins are not hotel rooms. They are compact, even the nice ones. You have limited closet space, you have limited drawer space, and you're going to be living in that cabin for about a week. If you bring 2 massive suitcases with you, you're going to spend your entire cruise tripping over them. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have never, not once, worn everything I packed. I usually wear somewhere around 60% if I'm being generous. The rule I follow now is simple. I pack for the number of days I'm cruising. I plan my outfits. I mix and match. I get the ship to clean my clothes if it's a longer sailing. And here's a tip. Nobody notices or cares if you wear the same dinner outfit twice. Nobody. They're focused on their own vacation. Pack light. Your cabin will feel bigger. Your unpacking will take 15 minutes instead of an hour. And you won't be that person struggling with 2 suitcases in a narrow hallway. And finally, coming in at number 5, and this is the one that inspired this whole video, is drinking too much while gambling. On one cruise, and I'm going to be completely honest with you here, I sat down at a slot machine with $300. I was having a good time. The drinks were flowing. I was feeling confident. And by the time I stood up, I was down almost $2,000. Now, was I having fun? Sure. Was it $2,000 worth of fun? Absolutely not. I made bets I normally wouldn't make. I borrowed money on my room card. And I chased losses in a way that sober Dave would never do. Here is what I do now. I set a gambling budget before I walk into the casino. Cash only. No room card charges. And when the cash is gone, I'm done. I limit myself to 1 or 2 drinks while I'm playing. And if I want to have more than that, I have to go somewhere else on the ship where I'm not making financial decisions. Some people, they can handle both. I learned the hard way that I'm not one of them. And I got to tell you, waking up the next morning and checking your onboard account is a lot more pleasant when you haven't donated your paycheck to the casino. So there you have it. 5 cruise mistakes I've actually made. Flying in the day of, not packing essentials in my carry-on, skipping the dining room check, overpacking, and letting the casino drinks get the better of me. All of these are completely avoidable. All of them I learned the hard way. And I'm sharing them so that you, hopefully, you learn the easy way. If you've made any of these mistakes, or if you've made ones I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Please remember to like and subscribe. I am a new channel and I need as much help as I can get and as much exposure as I can get. Until next time, see you on the high seas.